take a good look at me, guys. Okay, just reel me in, as I say, for a bit. Unruly hair, very ugly face, very ugly beard. Must mean I'm a bomber! Kill everyone! You know, when I watch these videos on YouTube, right, and there's these kind of sporadic moments of just insanity, I always think to myself, wow, that's kind of cool. I have to do it in my video, you know. It's you don't understand it until you get to that point, and then you realize you just kind of look dumb. And I can't only imagine, you know, how many of these, you know, will I have when I'm editing this shit if I ever do edit it. So anyway, if you assume that I'm an ISIS bomber, I can't believe, you know, that for 20 years now, like, terrorist jokes are relevant. That's kind of amazing. Nothing else. So in case, you know, you assume that I'm an ISIS bomber just because, you know, I have unruly hair and very weird looking beard, that means you stereotype me, you objectify me for something that I'm not. And I'm completely fine with that. I don't give a shit. You know, stereotypes have been around with us for a very, very long time, basically since the dawn of fucking time, if we're being honest. And, you know, yeah, sometimes they're harmful, sometimes they're innocent, but the point is, they're there. You know, sometimes they're there for a reason, sometimes they're just kind of made up shit, sometimes they're just propaganda, but they're there. And over the past 20 years, if you go like through the timeline, not past 20, maybe 40, like since the 80s, so if you go through the timeline, you'll see the increments through which, these stereotypes kind of go up and just keep fucking climbing, and we're now, I don't even know where the fuck we are now. Anyway, so, for example, at the start, it was, you know, all guys are pigs, and, you know, all girls just love shopping. And that used to be the thing. You know, where every girl would call every guy a pig because, you know, he just throws shit around the room and just never cleans up after himself. Okay, story time. I'm a pig, sort of, kind of. I'm trying to stop being one as of recently, but, you know, throughout my life I've been generally considered a pig, and the reason why I'm pig is actually a woman. Okay, before, you know, you start throwing bombs at me and starting shooting me, let me elaborate, let me explain. So, when we were kids, when I was a kid, let's not include you guys into this, maybe you're not like me. When I was a kid, I was like every other kid, you know, just stupid little shit, just, you know, shit all over the place and did basically nothing worth a while. And my mom tried to teach me to clean up after myself, so, you know, every time I came back from playing outside, I would just go in, I would just strip myself, like, completely fucking naked and just throw shit all over the room. And my mom would always go, pick that shit up, you know, pick that shit up, blah, blah, blah. She didn't do it like that. She actually didn't even use the English language because she doesn't speak English language, so I don't know where I'm going with this. So what would happen is that I obviously wouldn't pick my shit up, and she would nag me for about, you know, like an hour, but then she would clean it up because she was like, well, you know, what if the guests come and they come into the shit, like, what am I gonna say? I don't want them to think my child is a fucking retard, even though he kind of is. So, you know, she would always clean up after me, and that shit kind of continued, you know, into my later days, into my, you know, teenage years, and I never just picked up the habit to kind of, you know, clean up after my shit. So you could see why, you know, I said that a woman is the reason. You know, the story makes sense, right? The point though is that even though that stereotype technically exists, it's not harmful. Like, nobody's gonna, you know, cuff you and stuff you into jail for, you know, throwing your fucking shit on the couch and not picking up after yourself, right? The same goes, you know, for the girls in shopping. I'm sure that there are girls in the world that just hate shopping and just circularly go to the point they just need to be, just pick their shit up and just fucking leave. But from my experience, that's not the case. I may not have gone, you know, into hundreds of shopping sprees with women, but pretty much every time I went, unless it was like for food or some shit, I was stuck there for a while. And, you know, that's fine, you know, girls. Just do your thing, do jams, do whatever the fuck you want. Nobody's gonna arrest you for, you know, standing in a fucking corner for like 2 hours talking about shoes, and you end up picking the ones that you chose in the first place. Nobody's gonna say anything about that. You know, you may get this ground-told sarcastic comment from me, but, you know, who gives a shit? I'm just an asshole. You don't have to, you know, care what I think or anyone else thinks. They're just, you know, small quips that me laugh about and take jabs at each other through them, right? Not harmful. Nobody's gonna, you know, ruin your life because of them or anything like that. I think I wanna fucking know. But then, you know, things kind of escalated, you know. The guys started being, you know, cheating bastards, and the girls started being cheating whores. Like that was like the next transcending level of the stereotypes. And yeah, again, it's not like you can get arrested for it and, you know, have your entire life ruined, but you kind of can, right? So obviously we know that not all guys in the world and not all girls in the world are cheating bastards and cheating whores. It's just, you know, a minor exception, but that's the kind of stories that we're kind of being fed every day since the day we are born. Like, wow, she cheated on her husband and she got 10 billion. Wow, what a sweet deal, holy shit. I want to be that woman, man, fuck. The key thing is, you know, they're still kind of harmless in and of themselves. It's, you know, the aftermath, the way the aftermath is dealt with that kind of, you know, makes or breaks whether, you know, your life will suck until your dying days, so you just gotta fix your problems and move on. But we didn't stop there. We escalated again and again, and eventually we come to the modern times where every guy in the world is a rapist and every girl in the world is, you know, gold-digging fucking cheap whore. Every guy and every girl, according to internet, of course. I mean, when was the internet ever wrong, guys? Okay, it's like the holy bible of all things, right? This is a problem, obviously. I mean, there's still stereotypes, obviously not right or correct in any, you know, feasible matter, but they exist in our culture and they're rather prevalent, and there's a push for them, which just is fucking weird. Like, I don't know why we're pushing for these stereotypes to be kind of, you know, common knowledge. Because, holy shit, like if you're accused of a rape, right, and even if you didn't do the rape, your life will still be kind of ruined. You'll be, you know, publicly shamed. Most of your friends will want to say, fuck you dude, I'm out. And you're probably gonna get kicked out of school, and even if you don't, everyone's gonna, you know, always give you those glances. So you're pretty much fucked until you, like, change your name and just move out of the fucking country. If you're a girl, you know, and you're called by your friends or by, you know, surroundings as a gold-digging whore, that's like something that sticks to you. There's like a fucking label on your forehead that just, you know, reads, gold-digging whore, please don't date me. And these are harmful. Like, especially when you go on first date. Did you notice this? It used to be that when you go on a first date, it's about meeting the other person, you know, telling all the funny jokes about your life, you know, just making a really bad fool out of yourself in hopes that she's into that, even though she really isn't, but she pretends she is for, like, you know, 2 hours and you just never see each other again. That's, by the way, totally something that happened to my friend. Yeah, he's such a loser, man, you wouldn't fucking believe it. Fucking funny, man. So, you know, that's something that we did during the first dates. You know, we would get excited, we would get nervous, you know, our minds would fucking blow up over, you know, wondering if they would like us or not. And that was, you know, great. It was a lot of fun. It was kind of, you know, it kind of led to several nervous breakdowns again for my friend, of course. The dude's kind of, you know. But now it's a bit different. Like, every time nowadays when I go on a first date with a girl, right, my first priority is to prove to her that I'm not a rapist. Right? My first thought is like, okay, let's think of a game plan later. Let's first figure out how I'm gonna prove that by the end of the night she's not gonna be a torso and a head with a missing limb scattered all over the town because of me. That's my first priority. And I've noticed with girls as well in the recent years that their first priority is to show me that, you know, they can handle themselves financially. Like, you know, I always offer to pay up because, you know, that's something that my mom and my grandma and pretty much everyone from my childhood was like, yeah, you have to pay for the fucking girls and shit like that. So it's a thing I do. Okay, girls, don't get wet. It's just a thing I do. But I noticed in the past, he's like, no, I'm gonna get that. And they always avoid talking about money. Like, do you like to travel? Like, yeah, I like to travel. And I'm like, okay, where do you like to travel? You know, just things, you know, just go surf on the internet, like, get my, you know, fix and shit like that. Every time something huge about money comes up, it's like, you know, let's not talk about that. Let's just, what are you into? You know, I'm interested in you. What are you into? And like, well, I'm not into murder. And I don't like killing people. I don't like raping women. I don't like beheading people, right? I don't like, you know, cutting off nipples and shit. Like, I'm not into that. And it's just bizarre. You know, whereas first dates used to be about having fun, you know, chilling out with a person that you just met and trying, you know, to get potentially laid. Basically, that was it. Like that. Let's level here. That was basically it, right? Now it's like avoiding all that and just trying to prove that you're a normal, functioning person that's not going around murdering people or, you know, stealing other people's money or whatever. It's so weird. Like, I can't process it properly but I'm doing it nonetheless. Like on every one of my dates, I always have my phone right here and it's open on my Facebook profile page, and directly like at the center of the screen is the number of friends I have, right? Okay, look, I have friends, you know, I'm not a total fucking isolated sociopath that's gonna murder you and end your life in the worst way possible. And it's fucking insane. Like if I want to pay a bill, you know, I'm gonna pay a fucking bill. I don't have to see you again. I'm not a fucking, you know, mental retard. But no, you know, can't do that anymore. It's so fabricated, it's so fake. It's like we're trying to prove something that we're not, whereas we're supposed to be trying to prove something that we are. Like, you know, questions like, hey, do you like reading? You know, boil down to, okay, what books should I avoid talking about? Okay, Dexter, we should probably not mention Dexter, you know? And when we come to the movies, I'll go, I don't like Pretty Woman, okay? I don't like Pretty Woman. That movie was fucking dumb. Like, I'm totally nothing like that. It's like, I get it. You know, not every girl, 99% of the girls in the world aren't fucking, you know, gold-digging sociopaths, and 99%, well, 98% of the guys, maybe, aren't, you know, raping, murdering fucking monsters or whatever. But we're kind of ingrained with these notions that we still have to prove those things, that we are not those things. And blame it on who you will. I'm not pointing fingers here, okay? Blame it on who you will, you know, on the media, on the social movements, on the government, on the religion, on the politics. You have many spheres to which you can point your finger and say, yeah, those guys did it. The key point is that this whole thing is just kind of warped. It's just so bizarre, it's unnatural, it's very forced, feels very fake, and every time, you know, I go on a first date these days, I'm like, okay, first dates are terrible, let's just get this torture over with, so maybe we can get a second date and actually start talking about things that we are, rather than trying to prove the things that we are not. Stereotypes can be fun from time to time, but they can also be very harmful, especially when they're taken to the extremes, as they are these days. And it's unfortunate, you know, but it's the reality of things that stereotypes will always have to exist, but it's up to us to kind of limit them. Like, okay, you know, guys are pigs who don't clean up after themselves. Fine, we kind of are, you know, whatever. Nobody gives a shit, right? If we ever start, you know, moving in together, you're probably gonna beat me in the head over the fact that I'm not cleaning after myself, and eventually I get tired of hearing it and I'll start, you know, cleaning up after myself. It's the natural process of growing up, you know, and maturing as a person, which my friend totally doesn't get. Like, he's so fucking ballistic, man. He's such a childlike dude. It's like, grow up, dude, right? You know, and girls are like these shopping fucking squirrels or whatever. Like, let them go shopping. Who gives a shit? You know, it's their money. Let them fucking spend it. I don't give a shit. It's not harming anyone in a literal sense. You know, it's not mocking anyone, you know, as a truly bad, despicable person. Even, you know, the cheating angle, like every guy's a cheater and every girl is, you know, like a blowjob-giving bitch. It's like, yeah, you know, they're kind of terrible, they kind of paint you as a terrible person, but you can't, you know, go to jail for cheating on your wife or your girlfriend or blowing some other dude in a fucking bathroom of a terrible Chinese restaurant. Like, no one's gonna put a fucking hooks on your wrist and say, off to the loony you go. Off to the cell. I don't know why I mentioned loony, what the fuck? Must be my friend is kind of insane, so I've been thinking about sending me over there so you can, you know, get checked out and shit. Totally nuts, dude. But, you know, once you get to these stereotypes where, you know, every guy is a rapist and every girl is a liar and gold-digging whore and fucking manipulative bitch and shit like that, things get dangerous. It's no longer just being painted, you know, in the fucking bad light and shit. Rape can get you in jail. It can get you fucking vilified by the entire society in a matter of night. And I don't get it. You know, why are we like this? You know, when we're exposed to the minority of cases in the world, when shit really hits the fan and everyone just kind of goes fucking nuts, why do we pretend like it's the entire world that's exactly like that? Chances are that 99% of the guys in your life that you will meet are at most gonna be douchebags. And 99% of the girls that you meet in your life can at most be some, you know, bitches who just whine and complain about everything. Does that make them bad people? They make them annoying, but not, you know, really bad people. Murdering psychopaths, you know, lying, manipulative bitches and shit like that. Those are abnormals, meaning that they're out of normal, meaning there's very little of them, you know, generally speaking on a large scope. So chances of you meeting someone like that and ending up with them on a date and eventually taking them to your home to get murdered and fucking brutally dissected are very slim at best. Very slim. Anyway guys, that's just something that I wanted to discuss with you and share with you and just kind of get out there because I need to vent this out. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm stuck in this weird fucking limbo when I'm trying to figure it out. Why I'm doing this? Why I go on a first date and pretend, you know, that, and, you know, start spieling about, okay, I don't watch horror movies, I don't watch, you know, slashers, I don't watch action movies. I'm all into calm, tranquil, non-murderous stuff. Like, I'm totally into that shit. Where I don't need to be doing that, you know. I can go out there and say, yeah, if I enjoy the shit out of, you know, Lord of the Rings or some shit, because in one scene, like 10,000 fucking goblins died, and I loved it. Right, I enjoy watching, you know, I enjoy playing Dark Souls because I die like every 3 minutes, and once I kill someone, it feels really good. But you can't do that. You can't go on a date and say, okay, I enjoy playing Diablo 3 because it lets me murder like 50,000 people in a minute. And that's like fucking awesome. It's just weird world, man. It's just a fucking weird world. It just doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. And I don't know. We just gotta, you know, slow down. We just gotta get it. I don't know what that means, but we just gotta get it, man. Just like mentally get it, you know what I mean? I don't know what I mean, so you probably don't know what I mean, but we just gotta get it. Anyway guys, this has been Man of Man Reviews. Thank you so much for watching, and I truly hope that the next time you go on a first date, you actually get to be who you are and not trying to prove that you know, something you're not. Until next time.